Welcome back to Classic Radio Drama Theater, your portal to the echoes of radio's golden age. In this episode, we're diving into 4 classic radio performances, each a distinct journey into worlds of high-stakes gambles, shadowy secrets, Hollywood dreams, and the deceptive glint of fortune. We'll explore the desperate lengths men go for riches, the chilling truth behind a disappearance, the surprising reality of a talent search, and the fine line between treasure and trickery. 4 unique narratives, 4 captivating dilemmas, all in one episode. First, we set sail for treacherous waters in the chase, with easy riches, sudden death. A group of men chase a fortune in sunken gold, but will their greed lead them to treasure or to betray each other?
The National Broadcasting Company invites you by transcription to join The Chase. In the animal world, there is the hunter and the hunted, hound and fox, hawk and sparrow, chicken and worm. We in the topmost species have also joined the hunt. But who is to judge precisely which of us are hounds or foxes as we enter the chase? Although the chase may assume a multitude of forms, the disease is seldom more pernicious or acute than the eternal pursuit for easy riches and sudden death.
Boy, hey you. More chow mein, chop chop.
Wow! If it ain't the skipper! The skipper himself, Captain Eddie Monk.
What are you doing here, you crumb bum?
Now that ain't nice, Captain. You ain't forgot about your pal Alfie. Can you imagine meeting Captain Eddie in a Panama Chinese chow joint? It's a small world.
Stop calling me Cap.
Huh?
I ain't skipper no ship anymore.
Oh, how come,
Never
Eddie?
mind how come, I just ain't, that's all.
Well, you're in uniform.
Yeah, some uniform, one stripe. I got a Bertha's purser on the Tropic Ann.
The Tropic Ann? You mean that cruise tub?
That's the one.
Oh, how do you like that? Captain Eddie on a cruise tub, taking the tourists for a ride. You serving the morning soup and crackers to rubbernecks, Captain?
Go ahead, keep talking, and I'll twist the bone out of your windpipe.
You're strangling me, Eddie.
Beat it.
You got no calling it rough, Eddie. I was only joking.
I ain't got the sense of humor anymore.
You mind if I sit down?
What for?
Got something to tell you. Pretty big stuff. I shouldn't let you in on account of the way you just treated me, but I got a big heart.
Yeah, big as a tooth filling.
Eddie, look. Maybe I shouldn't tell you here, but I've been looking for a partner ever since I hit Panama 2 months ago.
You're wasting your time. I ain't giving any more handouts to creeps like you. From now on, Eddie Monks is strictly for himself.
Handout? Who's asking for a handout? I'm the one who's handing out, mister.
You? What are you giving away, Alfie? The time?
Oh, Eddie, look. How'd you like to be rich? I don't mean cheap rich, lousy rich. How'd you like, say, 20 million bucks?
Go away from me, you smoke kid. You're all jived up.
Listen, you, I'm talking straight. I got a fortune in my pocket on a 10-inch piece of paper. All we got to do is go after it. And even our bathtub faucets will be made of solid gold.
Get your crummy elbows off my table. Here's my chow mein.
Ain't Jim gonna listen to me?
Sure. Let me know when you hit a laugh line. I'm wide open for a yacht.
Eddie, you always was too smart for your own good, but this time you're way out in left field. With a boat and some diving gear, we're in the chips. Ain't no skin off my ears if you don't want to listen.
Diving gear? What do you mean?
Wow, that's better. Eddie, there's 40 or 50 million bucks in gold bullion at the bottom of the drink off of the coast of Honduras. You ever hear the Graf Essen?
You mean that Kraut cruiser that went down during the war?
You know what she went down with? Gold bars. Hundreds of them. They were being shipped to a hideout for the Heine big shots. She sunk with all hands in 40 fathoms of water loaded with gold.
And just waiting for little Alfie Pike to dive in and make a killing, huh?
Nobody knows she had the stuff in her hold, and she was so banged up that nobody done any salvage on her.
And how did you find out?
Well, it was a crowd. I met him in the States. I'd done him a good turn. He gave me a map before he died.
Ah, sounds like a 2-bit movie.
Oh, you big, thick yokel. Must I show you in black and white? Here. Look.
What's in that chamois bag?
Open it up and find out.
Hey, this looks like...
Gold dust, Eddie.
Gold dust?
It was scraped off one of the bars by my pal. Well, there ain't much in there. Maybe it's worth the C-note all told, but the map come with it. And there's lots more where that goof dust come from, Eddie.
Let's see the map.
No dice.
What?
I keep the map. We go partners after we salvage the loot. Now you believe me, mister? Now you think my head's full of smoke?
No, wait a minute. How come you waited this long to grab it? And how come you picked on me?
Oh, I didn't wait for you. You just turned up. You lucky stiff. I've been waiting for a stake, that's all.
What kind of stake?
Oh, we need a boat and diving gear. I know a John with a 60-footer. Ain't got speed, but it's a pretty good oil burner. And we can rent it for $2,000. Diving gear might cost a couple more. Then there's grub. I figure the whole deal for $6 or $7,000, no more.
6 or 7 grand. You say it like you find that kind of dough on top of seaweed. How are we going to get that much?
That's up to you, sweetie.
Me?
What do you think I'm cutting you as a partner for? I got the map. You got the cash to stake, as it figures.
Where am I going to get that kind of money?
Easy.
Yeah, how?
Well, then you tell me you got a purser's berth in the tourist tub?
Yeah?
Don't the purser handle the cash?
He handles some.
Well, grab what you can and then jump ship. I'll be waiting for you at the Hotel Suchow on Front Street.
You say it like it was easy. All I got to do is bust the ship safe open, that's all. All I got to do
There's
is...
millions in this, Eddie, and you got to hold up your own end to cash in. Suchow Hotel, remember. And then we start to chase that rainbow, Eddie. The one with a pot of gold. Who's out there?
Eddie Monks, open up. Shut that door and lock it.
You got the moolah?
I got it. Hey, who's that?
I'm Mac. Come over here, Mac. This here's Mike McCrae, a pal of mine. Meet Eddie Monks, Mac.
Hi.
What's the big idea? You didn't tell me you were roping anybody else in on this deal?
Now take it easy, Captain. You forget we gotta have a diving man. You ever been under with the gear on?
No.
Well, neither have I. It's 40 fathoms down.
I ain't never been that deep before myself, and it ain't gonna be no pushover.
Well, Mac could be taking all the chances.
And I ain't taking them for free.
Is he cut in for a straight 1/3? We could have hired a guy to go down for us.
Yeah? When he found out what we were after, you think he'd have settled for a couple of C's? Well, Mac's a pal of mine. He knows his stuff. With you at the wheel, Skipper, and Mac underneath the helmet, we can't miss.
Look, if you don't want to cut me in, just say so, sailor. I ain't so anxious to go down on 240 feet. It's tight enough to bust your ribs down there. Just try it once yourself.
All right. You're in. But 3 is enough, Alfie, savvy?
3 it is. Now, where's the dough?
And my poke. Now, how about the map, Alfie? It's time we all had a look.
Sit down over here, gent. Here's the setup. We sailed north-northwest. We reached Swan Island.
Yeah?
Then steered due west toward Belize till we're at latitude...
Hey, you expecting a call?
Sit tight for a sec. Yeah? Yeah. Outside. Now? Okay, thanks for the tip. There's a cop in the street. He's casing the joint. One of the clerks just tipped me off. You think they're on your tail already, Ann?
Well, the ship sailed 2 hours ago, but they might have checked the cache and cable the compass back here in Panama. I better blow.
Well, there's a way out through the back. I'll show you.
Huh?
Lay low for 2 days and then meet us at the slip. The scou's called the Nora 2. I'll take her over and buy Mac's diving gear. Give me the dough.
Here. And look, Alfie. Make sure that boat's still there when I show up.
Oh, keep your shirt on. We'll be there and ready to move. Right, Mac?
Right.
That you, Mac?
Stowed the gear. Set to go.
Eddie should show tomorrow, and we skip.
Tomorrow? Tomorrow's a long way off. Tonight's a good night for moving through the harbor. We'll be screened by the fog. We can't be stopped by some nosy Coast Guard.
What about Eddie?
We need him that bad?
This tub ain't no Queen Mary. It's hard to handle. Eddie knows his stuff.
Splitting 50-50's better than breaking it up in thirds.
Are you hinting, Mac, old boy? You suggesting we cop across?
Splitting 50-50's better than breaking it up in thirds.
Think we can handle this tub alone? Just the two of us?
Sure.
And hoist anchor.
Stand by to shove off.
Yo, when you're ready, Mac.
Better take the wheel out. We're set to move.
The captain is the guy who takes the wheel, Alfie, and that's me.
Eddie?
Thinking of shoving off without me, Alfie?
Oh, no, Ed, so help me. We was going to take a turn around the harbor, that's all.
Testing, huh?
Sure, testing.
I ought to twist the skull right off your neck.
Hey, no, I swear you test on.
Lay off of him.
Who says?
I says. You ain't so tough that you can handle me. So lay off.
Okay. Later, maybe we have this out. Right now, okay. But get this straight. I'm in this to the finish. And I'm getting my cut. And if I'm navigating the scow, I'm giving the orders, too. Now, you, Mac, give me some steam. Alfie, chuck the hawser. We're on our way, mateys. 40 million or bust.
My trick at the wheel, Ed.
Hold her steady.
We should be sighting Swan Island off the starboard bow pretty soon now.
Don't worry, we ain't gonna miss it.
Eddie,
Yeah?
we've been at sea for 5 days. Getting along nice. I just want to say I hope you don't hold it against Mac and me for making that mistake in Panama.
I don't waste my time holding grudges, Alfie.
That's what I thought. It's like I always said, a man makes one mistake.
Watch the wheel and shut your trap. Where's Mac?
He's forward, checking his diving gear.
Keep her steady.
Oh, sure. Sure, Cap.
Setting up your gear, Mac?
Yeah, using it soon. Alf tells me we'll be dropping anchor tomorrow.
According to my chart and Alfie's map, that's when you'll start diving.
Yeah, you guys could have shelled out for an aluminum suit with a compressed air tank on the back. This gear is older than I am.
It was the best we could do with the dough we had.
Well, this outfit works with a hand pump. You know how to handle it?
Sure. This is the phone connection, right?
Right,
And this is your intake.
yeah.
We pump the handle slow and steady to keep your lungs filled. Anything else?
Just don't forget to pump that handle, Captain. I'm the guy who's got to breathe.
Then I told you not to call me Captain.
Oh, yeah. I heard you lost your papers, Monks. How come? You steer some tub on a reef or what?
Yeah. I steer some tub on a reef. You got it right, Tootsie. But when this hunt is over, I buy myself a dozen tubs just like it, see? I buy myself a whole fleet of tubs.
Yeah. Buy yourself the moon, mister, as long as you don't use my share to do it.
Land ahoy! Swan Island's off the starboard bow.
Bring a halt to port. I'll be right up.
Hell, it won't be long now, Monks. 40 million smackers, and that ain't hay.
Alf showed us where to go, Mac, and I'm getting her there. The next move is up to you. Keep that pump going slow and steady, Alf.
How long's Mac been under, Eddie?
20 minutes.
How long can he stay down?
We'll give him 10 minutes more, then hoist him back for a breather.
What's them bubbles coming up through the water?
Carbon monoxide, exhale air from his escape valve. As long as them bubbles show, we know he's breathing. Hey, wait a minute. He's trying to reach me on the earphone. Mac?
Found her.
The gold?
Yeah, think so. There's a hole in the port side, but it ain't big enough to squeeze through. I'm coming up for a blowtorch.
I'll ship it down here.
No, I'm coming up. Getting a little tired. I need a rest. Come down again later.
Okay.
Start hauling me up, but take it easy. Pull too fast, and I'll get the bends.
We'll lift you slow, Mac. Hold on. Won't be long now, Alf. Keep pumping. I'll handle the winch and raise him. He's breaking water, Alf. Lay off the pump. Give me a hand to get him over the side. All right, come on. Yeah. Loosen them screws on the back of his helmet. Easy. Okay, pull it off.
Yeah, let me sit down a minute.
Over here, Mac.
Give me a butter. I'm pooped.
Did you see the stuff in the hole, Mac?
Yeah, I think so. It's kind of hard to tell underwater. It was a busted strong box.
Yeah?
Looked like a shell headed. 2 or 3 things that looked like bricks went near the bulkhead.
That's it. The bricks. They're made of gold.
When do you think you want to go down again, Mac?
Later this afternoon, I'll take a net. When I tie the stuff, you can yank it all up in one haul.
I can hardly wait.
Just make sure you guys don't get so excited you forget to wake that pump.
You'll get all the air you need, Mac. Nice work. Come on, Alf. While Mac takes a breather, let's set up that salvage net. We'll be ready to go in a couple of hours.
Been down there almost an hour, Eddie.
Let's see what goes. Mac. Mac.
Yeah?
How you coming?
Well, I got most of it inside the net now. Must be 200 or 300 bars. You'll have to use the winch to pull it up.
Can you switch your winch hook onto the net?
I think so. Go ahead.
How's he doing, Eddie?
Fine. He's all right, Mac. His nose is stuffed.
I told you he'd make a good partner.
Yeah, you told me.
Eddie?
Yeah, Mac.
She's tied.
Got all the bricks?
Should have. If there's anything left, I don't see it.
Make sure.
Oh, I did make sure. Anyways, I can't stay down much longer. There's too much pressure. Haul the net up, then send down a winch for me.
There she goes.
It's coming up.
Stick to your pump. I'll swing the net over the side when it shows.
Good thing that winch is motor-driven. We'd never be able to handle a load like that, Eddie.
I'd have handled it if I had to tear the arms right out of my shoulders.
The net's broken water.
I got it.
Eddie, look.
A mountain of gold bars.
Millions. I could rub them on my face like shaving
Eddie.
sticks. I could eat them raw, Eddie.
Eddie.
Yeah, Mac.
Load on deck.
Just got it.
Where's that winch?
Sending it right back to you, Mac. Here she comes. Getting tired, Alf?
Tired?
Pumping that air down? Let me spell you for a while.
Okay, eh?
Here, take the earphone.
Right. Mac. Mac, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got the winch hook. I'm tying it on.
Check.
Hey, I thought Eddie was on the earphones and you was pumping.
He took over the pump. I got tired. How you feel, pal?
Not so good. I got a couple of cramps. The suit ain't in the best shape ever.
Well, just give us the word. We'll haul you up, kid.
I'm ready now. And take it easy. I want 10-minute rest on every level. You got it?
Got it.
Start moving.
I better hold a winch, Eddie. He said a 10-minute rest on each level.
Okay.
Mac,
Yeah?
we'll hold you here. 20 fathoms, okay?
Okay.
Tired of pumping, Eddie?
No.
What's he got to rest on every level for?
If he comes up too fast, he'll bust his gut like a blowfish. You gotta get used to the pressure.
Oh,
What you looking at?
the gold.
Nice, huh?
gorgeous.
Be nicer if only two had a split.
What?
2 ways is better than 3, Alfie.
You mean?
It's easy. All I gotta do is to stop pumping this handle.
He'd suffocate, Eddie. He'd get no air.
So?
You can't do that.
No?
Eddie, you stopped pumping him air.
Did I?
Alfie,
Yeah, Mac?
something's wrong.
Wrong?
The airliner might be fouled up. I'm choking out the air.
Got a cigarette, Alfie?
Alf, I need air. I'm choking.
Valve bubbles. They're slowing up, Eddie.
Give me a match.
Eddie. Want me to take the wheel, Eddie?
Yeah, take over. What's eating you, crumb bum?
Nothing.
You look like you're falling to pieces.
I'll be glad when I'm off this sky, that's all.
Away from me?
Away from everything. I get a feeling sometimes. Feeling that Mac's following us. Night when I try to get some sleep, I can still hear them bubbles slowing up. Stopping when he stops.
That's a trap.
Wasn't my fault. When we come to judgment, I won't get the blame. It was yours.
I said shut up! Hey!
It's a motor. She's missing.
She's conked out. Come on, below. Put that light on. I'll put it on.
I did. Lights ain't working.
Holy smoke. Our batteries are out.
Batteries?
We won't be able to start the motor up again even if I fix her.
Eddie.
It's all right. Give me time. I'll check her over. We ain't far from shore anyways. Maybe we'll drift in with the tide. Hand me the tools from out of that chest. I'm going to work.
Any luck, Eddie?
Yeah, all bad.
Can't you start it?
I'm trying, ain't I? Now shut your yap and hand me that wrench.
Well,
No soap.
you mean we got adrift?
Yeah.
We could radio for help.
With this load of bullion aboard, are you nuts? We'd never get it through customs. They'd take it away from us, you jerk.
And what are we gonna do?
Just drift, that's all. Just drift. This is fine. This is great. 40 million bucks in gold, and we're laying on deck like a couple of slobs, waiting for a breeze.
It must be Mac getting back at us. It must be Mac hounding us, chasing us.
One more crack like that, and I'll feed you to the barracudas.
What's that?
What's what?
Listen. Them bubbles. Them air bubbles, can't you hear?
Pipe down.
Listen to him. It's Mac. It's the air coming out of Mac.
Pipe down.
What do you see, Eddie?
Nothing. The water's clear. Must have been some air come out with the bilge, that's all. What are you looking at me that way for?
I'm just wondering, that's all.
Wondering what? If I'll cross you two? Thinking I might try to get rid of you like I got rid of Mac and keep the swag myself, Alfie?
Don't come near me.
What about you, Alfie? Maybe you ain't had the same thought about getting rid of me, huh? I can read your mind like a book, Tootsie, so watch your step, you hear?
I wouldn't cross you, Eddie. Don't get sore.
Go on, lay there like a side of beef. I'm going down to the galley and get me some grub.
Got some grub for me, Eddie?
Yeah. Well, ain't you gonna eat it?
I ain't got no appetite all of a sudden.
Maybe you want me to force it down your throat.
Can I help it if... Eddie,
Now what?
listen. The bubbles again. Eddie, that's all I hear now. Bubbles. Bubbles. Bubbles.
You punch-drunk ape, that's a tea kettle on the stove.
It's a tiki.
You're going off your nut, but before you do, let me tell you, I ain't waiting for no screwball to kill this deal. We're drifting west, and we'll make sure in a day or two. Now keep your scalp on, Alfie, or you'll get what Mac got, savvy? Alf! Alf! What? Alf. Alf. Crazy fool. Where did he go? Alf!
Land's in sight, Eddie.
Land? Where?
Can't be more than 10 miles off. Looks like empty beach, too. What a break, huh, Eddie?
For me, maybe.
You.
Guess it's time for you to transfer, Alfie. This is the end of the line.
Hey, Eddie, I didn't know you was packing a gun.
You know it now. What are you laughing at? Answer me, you screwy crumb bum. What's that sound?
It's water, Eddie.
Water. Hey, we're listening.
I just opened up all the portholes below the line.
You what?
I figured we needed a swim, Eddie. Mac's out there alone, Eddie. He's swimming by himself. I knew he'd like company.
You crossed me, you maniac.
Triple cross, huh, Eddie? You cross Mac, I cross you. Now you cross me.
Why, you...
Working the wireless, Eddie. Won't do you no good. I pulled the wires. I wanted to make sure we'd get our swim.
You nut, you crazy nut. 10 miles from shore, and you have to blow your top. $40 million to feed the fishes.
Get your feet wet, Eddie. Water's coming in fast. Listen to the bubbles, Eddie. Listen. At least I didn't get it like Mac did. But you will, Eddie. You will.
10 miles. 10 miles from shore. $40 million. Going right back where it came from. Oh!
In the animal world, there is the hunter and the hunted, hound and fox, hawk and sparrow, chicken and worm. We in the topmost species have also joined the hunt, but who is to judge precisely which of us are hounds or foxes as we enter the chase? The Chase was created and written for the National Broadcasting Company by Lawrence Clee. In tonight's cast were Kermit Murdoch as Alf, Joe DeSantis as Eddie, and George Matthews as Mac. The Chase was directed and transcribed by Walter McGraw.
From the pursuit of underwater millions, we shift to a puzzling urban mystery in another episode of The Chase, titled The Lady is a Corpse. When a wealthy woman vanishes after a cab ride, what dark secret has the driver unwittingly become a part of?
The National Broadcasting Company invites you by transcription to join The Chase. There is always the hunter and the hunted, the pursuer and the pursued. It may be the voice of authority, or a race with death and destruction, the most relentless of the hunters. There are times when laughter is heard as counterpoint, and moments when sheer terror is the theme. But always there is the chase.
Taxi, mister? Where to? 81 and 5th? Traffic's murder, ain't it? New York ain't a town no more. It's an open-air garage. Being a hacky these days like running Wind Place and showing the rat race. Why do I do it? He asked me why. I'm falling apart from trying to figure that one out for myself, and he's asking me why. You don't know what I gotta put up with sometimes, mister. You don't know what kind of screwball life this hack run can turn out to be. You want to hear a story, mister? A yarn you ain't gonna believe? Started right here in this cab, so help me. Right where you're sitting now. I still shake like jelly when I think about it. The hairs on the back of my neck stick out like pins in a cushion. I was driving across town that afternoon between Park and Madison when I'm flagged by a dame who's loaded down with mink so deep she can hardly breathe. She got rocks on her fingers, rocks on her ears. But the biggest hunk eye she's wearing is a diamond and emerald bracelet that almost blinds me on the spot. She raises her arm to flag me down. Where to, lady?
1153-69.
You're practically there right now. Well, she flounces back in the seat, mister, while I move into gear. And a little later, as I stop for a light, I take a look-see through my rearview mirror. She's a fancy dish. No getting away from it. Now, where's that mink and rock candy trimming? She looks like a Christmas tree with 50-carat lights. She's strictly from the upper crust, mister. But I ain't no snob. So I make a little conversation, pass time of day, like I do with all my passengers. Nice day, ain't it, lady?
Wonderful.
It almost smells like spring. You know, it stays like this. Hey, where you think you're driving, stupid bum? I got half a mind to kick your jackassy ears in. Ayo, crumb bombs ought to get your license provoked.
Revoked.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry I blew my top just now, lady. I forgot you was in the cab.
It's quite all right. I think your outburst was rather colorful.
Yeah?
My house is just in the middle of this block, driver. The Whitestone townhouse on the left.
Gotcha, lady. Now wait till I stop, lady, before you start to get out.
How much do I owe you?
That's 55 cents on the clock.
Here's $1. Keep the change.
Thanks, lady. What a doll. That should only happen to me. Well, it's getting around to 6, mister, so I pass up another fare and drive west to Mike's Super Diner. Put on a feed bag. Find myself a parking spot near 8. As I lock my ignition and start to slide out, there's something lying on the seat in the back. Hits me in the eye like a night beacon at LaGuardia. It's the emerald and diamond bracelet the mink coat was wearing, looking even twice as big as it did on her arm. I jump in back and see that the catch is busted, so it must have slipped right off her wrist as she was getting out. Next thing you know, I'm driving back across town like crazy and drooling just a little maybe when I'm thinking of the fat reward. I found the house without no trouble. Joint was the size of a railroad station. And as I'm ringing the bell, I'm already spending the C-note she's sure to hand the iceman for bringing back the ice.
Yes?
Remember me, lady?
No.
Well, sure you remember. I drove you home about half an hour ago. I'm the hacky...
What do you want?
Well, take it easy, lady. I got some good news for you. Found your bracelet.
My what?
The rocks you was wearing. You lost it in my cab. Here. Look.
What does the man want, Diana?
I haven't the slightest idea.
This is your bracelet, lady. Don't you recognize it?
No. I never saw that bracelet before in all my life.
Lady, listen.
And that goes for you, too.
Well, mister, you can imagine how I felt. When I showed her the bracelet, she looked at me like I was something that crawled out from under a stone. And she slams the door in my face without taking it from my hand. I meet lots of screwballs in this business, mister, but this was the dilly that took the cake. Well, I drive back west again. Slow this time. Trying to get the pebbles out of my brain. And I think I hit on an answer. The rocks are phony, Natch. They ain't worth more than $5 on the line. She don't want it back from me because she ain't parting with no rewards. Anyway, this is what I keep telling myself, even though it don't sound right. So I walk into Mike's diner and find a seat next to Harry Potts, another hacky I know.
And Adam and Eve on a raft, Mike, with Frenchies on the side. Pass the ketchup, mister. Well, look who's here, Artie Spade in person.
Hiya, Harry.
How goes it on the street?
I took in enough to make it pay today. And I also met the daffiest dame in town.
Oh, you gotta prove them words, mister. What with the dizzy numbers I get hooked up with all day long?
Oh, this one was the topper. All dressed up in phony rocks she leaves laying around in my cab.
What kind of phony rocks?
A cheap kind, jerk. Like this.
Hey, let me see that.
Wouldn't even take it back. And she gives me a song and dance about... Well, what are you gaping at?
Who said these rocks were phony?
I said.
Well, you're off your nut.
What?
This bracelet's on the level, chump.
How do you know it, Harry?
Wasn't I a jewelry salesman before I drove a hack? This chain ain't only legit, my friend, but it's worth at least $500,000.
You're kidding me.
Do I look like I'm kidding?
Now, don't con me, Harry. This might be serious.
Who's laughing?
She wouldn't take it back, I tell you.
She wouldn't take it back.
She just slammed the door in my kisser. If that thing was real, is that normal way to act?
Definitely, positively no.
And what gives?
Artie, maybe it's hot.
Hot?
Maybe she's afraid to touch it because she lifted it somewheres. She might be one of those kleptocardiacs.
That could be.
In which case, there must be a reward.
For me, sweetheart, give me them rocks.
What are you going to do with it?
Take it to the cops?
And let them get the reward?
Well, they turn it over to me.
Suppose they don't believe your story.
I don't get you.
Well, look at it this way. A hacky walks in with $500,000 in jewelry. Maybe he lifted it himself, then got worried about passing it to a fence. The loot's too big, see? He might get fingered. So he brings it back as if he found it to collect the reward, and they slap him in the cooler.
And there's another angle.
Yeah?
Maybe the dame's a lush. She didn't look it, but maybe she was pie-eyed when I showed up at her door, and so she says the chain ain't hers, and later she sobers up and yells she's been robbed.
You're in a pickle, pal.
Well, what are you so happy about?
Who's happy? My heart is bleeding for you. So what are you going to do?
I'm taking it back to the dame.
Again?
I'm going to find out what gives if it's the last thing I do.
Well, good luck, Hacky. Because it might be.
So off I go again, mister, back across town. Park my hack in front of the house once more. By this time it's dark, see, and the street is kind of quiet. Just as quiet as the house was when I walked up and pressed the bell. Oh, come on. I must have rung that bell till my finger wore out. But I got no answer. Then just as I'm about to turn around and take a chance with the nearest flatfoot, I noticed the door's open. Just an inch. So, like the fathead I am, I walk right in. First room is the size of Madison Square Garden with an extra row of seats. And I'm walking through what looks like the public library when something hits me hard. This feeling I get that everything ain't copacetic in this joint. I better land fast. So I turn around and hurry out again to where my cab is parked in front of the door.
But as I start to get inside, I see the dame in mink is sitting in back. Where'd you come from, lady? What are you staring at me like that for? I come back here to show you that bracelet again, and I... Hey, lady. Her eyes were wide open like two wet oysters. For a second, she seemed to sway, and then she tumbled over to the floor of the cab. I saw the glint of a 10-inch knife sticking right out of her back. Lady! Holy smoke, she's been croaked. And maybe she ain't dead yet. Maybe I can get her to a hospital on time. If you ever drove, Artie, start driving now.
Stop.
What's the idea, mister?
Don't move this car, you filthy, thieving murderer.
Murderer? Oh, me?
You killed my wife.
Stop pointing that gun at me, mister. Michael Ward.
I'd like to finish you right here, but you're not worth the bullet. I'll turn you over to the police instead and let them give you the chair.
Oh, wait a minute, mister. You got this all wrong. She was sitting inside my cab when I walked over here. I didn't touch her, so help me.
No. What's this in your pocket?
Hey, let go of me.
A bracelet, eh? So that's why you knifed a poor, defenseless woman for a fortune in gems.
I found that bracelet. I was here before. You gotta believe me, mister. I'm no crook.
There's a police station 4 blocks west of here. You'll drive there directly, you understand, with me in the back. And if you make one false move... Come back here! Come back and I'll shoot!
I jammed my foot on the gas and ducked my head as he took 2 pot shots. But I was around the corner and nothing flat. For a second, I felt so relieved it was like walking on a cloud. Then my stomach went right down to my arches when I remembered that I was driving away with a stiff in my car.
What's the matter? Who's at the door?
Hey, Harry. Artie Spade. Come in.
Artie Spade? Well, for the love of Mike, a fine time. I make a social call.
Let me in.
All right. Keep your shirt on. I'm coming. What happened to you?
Me?
You look like a fugitive from a slab in a morgue.
Shut the door and lock it.
Huh?
Shut the door.
What gives with you anyway?
Harry, are you my friend?
Oh, this is a fine time of night to ask
Answer me. Are you my pal or ain't you?
Sure. Any day in the week, Artie.
And you gotta help me.
Help you what?
Listen, you remember that bracelet?
Remember it? Who can forget a haul like that?
What do you mean, haul? You sound like I lifted it.
I didn't say anything about lifting.
What's your language?
What's the matter with you? You got marbles in your skull or something?
I took the bracelet back like I told you I wouldn't. You know what happened?
What?
I found a stiff in my car.
Stiff?
A dame with a knife in her back.
No. Wait a minute, Artie. Let's get this straight.
What are you backing away like that for?
You say you found a dame in your cab with a knife in it. What dame?
The dame who owned the bracelet.
Where's the bracelet now?
Her husband took it.
Her husband?
He tried to hold me up and run me in for murder, but I got away. I'm half nuts now, Harry. This thing's driving me to knock my head against the wall. We got to do something.
We?
Sure, you and me. We're pals, ain't we?
Yeah, we're pals.
Look, the first thing I got to do is get rid of the evidence.
Yeah, what evidence?
The stiff.
Where is she?
Still in my cab.
Where's your cab?
It's parked in front of your door.
We'll go... My door?
Well, don't you see, Harry? This guy, her husband, got me in a spot. Everything looks as if I conked her for the rocks. I got to have time to clear myself.
How?
Well, I don't know, but I'll find a way.
You sure her husband took that bracelet from you, Artie?
I told you, didn't I? Stop wasting time. Get dressed and let's get out of here.
Where are we going?
Got to get rid of the cab with the dame in it.
I'm supposed to help you do that?
You said you would. You go back on your word
No, don't get excited. No, Artie, I'll come through. Wait here.
Where you going?
Thought I heard somebody listening at the door. You stay put, I'll have a look at the hall.
I waited a couple of seconds, and I thought I heard the sound of dialing just outside. I remember there was a hall phone out there, so I walked over to the door, Poke my head out carefully and listen.
Operator, get me the police, quick. It's an emergency.
He was crossing me. I had to move fast. There was a fire escape outside his bedroom window. 2 minutes later, I was back in my hack on my way uptown. You know what it's like to drive a corpse around, mister? My skin still crawls when I think of it. I kept off the main streets while I tried to think of an angle. Then I got myself a brainstorm. I figured I'd park the cab in front of the city morgue and beat it. The street was empty when I stopped my cab. I was just about to get out and make a run for it when I get myself a fare I didn't ask for.
Taxi!
Huh? What?
Taxi! Hey, you're free, aren't you? Yeah, free as the breezes of the trees.
Not now, mister.
Not now?
No.
What's the matter now? It's now or never. Now, let me see. Well, where's the one I go to?
Oh, look, why don't you go home?
Hey, that's it. That's exactly where I want to go, Hacky. Home, sweet home. Now, let me see. Where do I live?
What for the
Don't
love of
prompt
Michael?
me, I tell you. Don't prompt me. I'm going to remember in a minute. You watch. Park Avenue, huh? No, it ain't Park Avenue. I ain't rich enough for Park Avenue. How about Lexington? Lexington sounds good. You take me to Lexington. Hey, you already got a fare.
I told you I was busy.
Hey, what's the matter with her? Is she drunk or something? Well, was she lying on the floor?
Yeah, she's drunk.
She's drunk. Huh. You shouldn't drink if you can't hold your liquor. Here, let me help the little lady to her feet.
Don't touch her.
Hey, this lady, she ain't drunk. Hey, she's dead. Police! Help, police!
Well, mister, by this time, I don't mind telling you, Artie Spade was just about through. I was going hot and cold all over. I felt like I had a fever of 105. But something held me together. Almost like it was in a dream. I found myself driving up the West Side Highway in a Henry Hudson and onto the Merritt Parkway. Merritt Parkway? Holy smoke, what was I going to Connecticut for? A weekend? It was bad enough the New York cops was probably looking for my scalp that I have to bring in another state. So I turned around and started packing. As I hit the Hudson Parkway once more, I remembered I had a gas meter I forgot to look at. I was out of gas, mister. In the middle of nowheres.
Having a little trouble, chum?
I'm just run out of gas.
Oh, hop in. I'll give you a lift to the nearest station. Well, come on.
Thanks.
Happy, huh?
Yeah.
Guys killed me. Did you ever read your gas gauge?
My gauge was busted, mister.
What's your name?
Artie Smith.
It's Gallagher.
Glad to know you, Mr. Gallagher.
Why?
Oh, just as I'm...
I don't pay any attention to me. It's my business got me loco. I'm a cop.
You're a what?
Private cop. A shamus, a private eye, a house stick with an overcoat. Don't you ever listen to the radio?
Sure. Lots of times.
Those guys kill me. Always running around solving murders. It's getting so I can't move out of my house without somebody coming up to me and asking, where's the corpse?
Yeah. Must be tough.
Yeah. You want to know something?
What?
I never solved a murder in my life.
No?
And I never saw a corpse.
No?
Did you?
No.
You know what my specialty is?
What?
Finding lost dogs.
Yeah?
You bet, buddy. And some of those Richie dames pay a fancy fee when Fido don't come home, you know. Oh, here's your gas station.
Thanks. I'll get out now.
Wait a minute. It's closed for the night.
Oh, I'd rather get out here if it's all the same to you.
Why?
Well, I just think that
Stay where you are. Hecky, there isn't another station within 6 or 8 miles, so you might as well come with me. Now, to get back to that shamus business, one of these days I'm going to meet a radio scriptwriter, and I'm going to bust every...
He talked, mister, and I listened. The nearer we got to town, the more I started to sweat. We finally hit the West Side Drive again, and he turned off from Washington Heights. Then he stopped for a light on a corner. I started to get out.
Where are you going?
Oh, I'm getting out here, Mr. Gallagher.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why? There's no gas station. Close the door.
Oh, well, I figured it maybe...
Statewide manhunt for lady killer.
Hey, boy.
Yeah, on the street.
Here's the time. Keep the change.
Well, thank you, sport. Extra, hack driver, what is the
Hack driver. Hey, what did you say your first name was?
Herman.
Herman, my foot. You said it was Artie, and the guy they're looking for is... Hey, come back here! Stop that man!
Well, mister, how long can you run, huh? I felt like I'd been chased from pillar to post for as long as I could stand it. But every time I thought of the hot seat, I always found a little extra energy somewhere to keep me going. I wandered around till 3 a.m., keeping off the big streets and trying to work out a plan. But nothing come to me. Then I remembered I had $300 stashed away in my furnished room. It was all the money I ever saved. But it was enough to get on a cattle boat or something and end up in Tibet. So I walked over to my house, sneaked carefully up the stairs, with an eye open for any cops who might be posted.
You already stayed?
Who are you?
My name's Ethel LaFrance. My stage name, that is.
How'd you get my room?
I walked in. The door was open. Oh, don't worry. There ain't any cops around. They had one posted outside about an hour ago, but he was called off, and they figured you wouldn't come back home.
You know all about me, then.
I know you're in Dutch, and I want to help you.
Why?
Because you didn't kill my friend.
Your friend?
Diana Carlyle. We were in the chorus together a couple of years ago, before she married Kirk Carlyle, a millionaire.
The guy who tried to pull me in before.
Listen, you're just a patsy in this setup, and I want to square accounts for Diana. She told me once that she was living on a volcano, and that if anything ever happened to her, I should look inside her jewel box, underneath the second layer.
Her jewel box?
Look, I don't know any more than I'm telling you. All I know is that this whole bracelet business they're talking about in the papers is a phony. Diana was scared of her life long before she ever rode in your hat.
Oh, lady, those words are the nicest I ever heard since my old lady told me I was the smartest kid in the block.
Frankly, you look like a dope to me. Oh, but I want to see you get a break. Especially, I want the heel that killed poor Diana to get what's coming to him. You know, Diana might have left some evidence inside that jewel box. Find it. And maybe you'll have an out.
Suppose we told that to the cops.
Oh, not me, brother. Oh, I don't want to get mixed up in this thing, nohow. Or I would have gone to them myself. And if you go to the cops, and if whatever's supposed to be in that jewel box don't happen to be there, you're a dead herring.
That's right. Well, how am I going to find out?
Well, I can tell you where she kept the box. It's in the lower bureau drawer in a bedroom. The first door on the left on the second story as you go up the stairs.
Well, her husband might be there.
Well, that's your worry. But my guess is he wasn't home all night. The papers said he was combing the city with the cops looking for you.
If I only had a house key.
You may not need one. There's a door in the back, the service entrance. Might be open. Take a chance anyway.
Sure. What have I got to lose?
Lose? Nothing. But you got something to gain, mister. A slug in your head if the husband catches you. Well, I've done my bit. I'm going home and get some shut-eye. So long, Artie. Don't take any wooden kimonos.
20 minutes later, I was trying the back door at Miss Carlisle's house. I almost fainted with happiness when I found it was open. Walking like a cat, I went upstairs to the first floor on the left, the second story. I lit a match, found a bureau. Then I opened up the bottom drawer. Saw the box. I lifted the lid, pulled out the upper layer, saw some letters. Then my match went out. I fell inside the box again, grabbed the papers, stuffed them in my pocket. As I turned around to move out in a hurry, somebody switched the lights on.
Welcome.
Hello, Mr. Carlisle.
So you had the temerity to come back.
Why, I
and
just...
for what? Another attempted theft, eh? You've been at my wife's jewel box.
No, I didn't take anything. You going to turn me over to the police?
The police? Don't be ridiculous.
What are you going to do?
What does any self-respecting man do when he catches his wife's murderer inside his house? Don't you move. I still have my revolver, you see.
Yeah, I see.
Killed in a second attempt to rifle his victim's home. That's what the headline will say. What could be neater?
You mean you're going to shoot me?
Yes. But before I do, however, I think there's something you ought to know, Hacky.
What, Mr. Carlisle?
I'm aware of the fact that you didn't kill my wife or even steal her bracelet.
Yeah?
You're completely innocent, you poor, misunderstood slob.
And why are you going to kill me?
For a very good reason. You see, I killed Diana myself.
You say that again, mister. Only slower this time?
I said I killed her myself. And do you know why?
Why?
You remember that bracelet she lost? Well, it was given to her by another man. That's why she refused to identify it when you brought it back. I was right there.
Oh.
Later, I killed her. That was just before you stupidly returned. I saw your cab parked outside, so I carried her body out, placed it in your hack, and waited for you. Amusing, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm laughing myself to death.
Truer words were never spoken, my friend. And now I'll take care of you.
Drop the heater, Carlisle.
What?
Drop it or I'll ventilate you.
Mr. Gallagher.
Huh? How do you like my dialogue, Artie? You think those radio guys are the only ones who can put words together? I thought I'd do a little investigating on my own, Artie, just to see if I could crack a murder case. For crying out loud, I did.
Well, mister, that was all there was to it. What with Mr. Gallagher's spiel about what he heard Carlisle say and those letters in my pocket, I was a free man once again. The letters? Oh, they mentioned that Miss Carlisle was in love with another guy and that if something happened to either him or her, the cops should question her husband. Carlisle himself was tagged for a murder rap and... Oh, hey, here's your street, mister. 81 and 5th. That's $1 by the clock. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Ah, thanks, mister. Take it easy when you cross the streets now. Hey, mister, did you take a good look at your seat before you left the cab? Make sure you got everything you stepped in with, mister? Because I don't want nobody, but nobody, leaving nothing behind.
In the animal world, there is the hunter and the hunted, hound and fox, hawk and sparrow, cat and mouse. But who is to judge precisely which is the pursuer or the pursued as we enter the chase? The Chase was created and written for the National Broadcasting Company by Lawrence Clee. Heard in the cast were Kermit Murdoch, Helen Gerald, Chuck Webster, Stotts Cotsworth, Pauline Drake, and Ed Peck. The Chase is directed and transcribed by Ed King. Fred Collins speaking.
Our next story takes us behind the scenes of Tinseltown, also from The Chase. In Leading Man Talent Search, a studio believes they've found the next big star in an unexpected place. But does this rough diamond truly have what it takes to shine?
The National Broadcasting Company invites you by transcription to join The Chase. There is always the hunter and the hunted, the pursuer and the pursued. It may be the voice of authority, or a race with death and destruction, the most relentless of the hunters. There are times when laughter is heard as counterpoint, and moments when sheer terror is the theme. But always there is the chase.
Listen, doll. I've been in show business for 15 years, but I never seen the likes of what I just went through. Brutal. That's what it was, brutal. I'll need 4 weeks in Palm Springs to get over it. You must have heard of the firm, Leo Busby and Company. That's me. Hollywood agents with offices in New York, Chicago, and L.A. Well, we're big, doll. Maybe not as big as outfits like Fitz and Fitz or Frank Cooper Associates, but big enough to make a happy nickel. All right, so we're 10%ers. But that 10% looks big, doll, when it comes off a movie star's salary. We only deal in super personalities. Like I was telling Mona Carr in my office that day. I was saying, Mona, it's no use.
What's no use?
I tried every studio in town. There's nothing open at the moment.
What do you mean there's nothing open? Every studio's in production. Supreme Pictures is doing an Italian opus about Catherine de Medici.
Catherine de who?
What's the matter with me for the lead?
No leads, Mona.
What?
Now, listen, doll, be reasonable. Drake Productions is going into production in a week with a big number about Amazons. It's going to be absolutely dynamic. All women with spears. Now, there might be a little supporting role.
Supporting role? Me? Mona Carr? If you weren't such a runt, I'd slap you down for even making the suggestion.
Relax, Mona.
You listen to me, Leo Busby. I've been making pictures for 20 years, since I was a 10-year-old kid.
How old?
All right, 12. And shut your mouth. I've been playing supporting roles for other stars long enough. It's about time I had my own name above the title.
Oh, one day, Mona, one day.
Not one day, you skinny little worm. Now.
Well, let's not get into personalities,
Now,
Mona.
do you hear me?
Let
Now.
go of my time, Mona. You're ruining the initials. Excuse me. Hello?
Busby?
Yeah?
Come over to my office immediately.
Your office? Who am I talking to?
You've been dealing with Supreme Pictures long enough to recognize my voice, Busby.
Oh, Mr. Harrison. Well, I'll be over in 20 minutes, HRH.
20 minutes? Do you think I've got all day to wait for you? I want you immediately. And don't you say anything about this call to anyone, do you hear? What I have to tell you is tremendously important. Top secret.
Right, HRH. I'm practically there right now. I gotta go, Doc.
You are not leaving here until you promise me a starring part.
How can I promise you something like that? Who am I? Vice president in charge of production?
That was Henry Harrison who just called you president of Supreme.
Oh, I gotta meet him right away, Mona. It's important.
You not only meet him, but you give him a pitch for me.
Now, Mona.
I warn you, Leo, I am not accepting any brush-offs. You will either talk him into giving me a contract or else.
Listen, Mona, I'm in this to make a buck like anybody else. I'd love to get you what you want, but it's impossible.
Is it?
That's the honest truth. Starring roles are out for you. If you want me to be brutally frank...
Well,
there just isn't anything open.
all right.
All right, what?
We let it go at that.
Now you're being sensible, Mona.
Sure. I'm being sensible. I'm being very sensible. In fact, brother, you have no idea how sensible I can really be when I get started.
Well, doll, knowing Mona like I do, that last crack she made should have put me on my guard. But my thoughts were on H.R. Harrison and his phone call. And in my mind, two things can't occupy the same place at the same time. H.R.H. is Mr. Hollywood himself, doll. His pictures gross like crazy. He's made more stars than the New York Planetarium. When H.R.H. calls, mine is not to reason why, like the poem said. Mine is but to run in and say... Here I am, HRH, at your service.
Sit down, Leo.
Sure.
What I have to tell you now will make history.
I'm all agog, HRH.
First, let me ask you something. Was Valentino great?
Yes, HRH.
John Gilbert, Wallace Reed, were they great?
Yes, HRH.
And Gable, Power, Grant, and Douglas, are they great?
Yes, HRH.
Well, Leo, I have found the greatest of them all.
Who?
Ah, that is the question.
What?
Let me see if this door is locked. Even the walls have ears. Now, Leo, we must be careful. If another studio steals my find from under my nose, I'll kill myself.
Oh, no, HRH.
I told you over the phone that this was top secret. Well, I was wrong. This is top secret. I call it Operation Star. 3 days ago, I took my small son Harold to a parade.
What's that got to do with the star?
Don't interrupt. I am coming to that.
Oh, excuse me, HRH.
Harold, who is a budding genius, took some snapshots at the parade, and one of them had part of the watching crowd in the background. Maybe 30 people. Do I make myself clear?
I like Crystal, HRH.
I happened to look at Sonny's pictures after they were developed to give him some technical advice. Although he's so brilliant, I'm the only one who can teach him anything.
Oh, naturally.
That's when I saw the crowd picture and the star of the century. Here, look at this, Busby.
The picture?
Yes.
What?
What?
Which one's the star, HRH? All I see are a bunch of people lining the sidewalk.
Of course, that's all you see. That's all anyone sees. What's on the surface? It takes a man of vision to see below. A man of vision, Leo, who also uses a magnifying glass. Now look at the tall young man over here, through this glass.
Say.
Handsome?
He sure is.
Did you ever see such features, such poise, such eclat? I tell you, he's going to be the greatest thing in pictures since they invented actors.
What's his name, HRH? Who is he?
That's exactly what I want to find out.
You don't know?
Of course I don't know. All I have is that picture. It's up to you to track him down.
Track him down?
I'm sending you on a hunt, Leo. A chase to find the biggest moneymaker Supreme Pictures ever had. This will really make Supreme supreme. Now that I think of it, we'll call this Operation Chase. Not Operation Star. It has a more important ring to it.
But HRH...
Wherever that Adonis is now, I want to find him. Money's no object, Leo. Spare no expense. But just make certain you don't spend more than 50 a day. Incidentally, this entire thing must be done on the QT.
We got to look for him in secret?
No newspaper advertising for him, no radio contests, and so on. No one in Hollywood must know who we're after. Or we may be scooped by Sincere Productions or some other outfit of that ilk.
You mean you want me to find one man out of I don't know how many in L.A. without even letting anyone know I'm doing it? That's impossible, HRH.
Impossible is a word no one uses in my presence, Busby.
Oh, don't get me wrong, HRH. I'm willing to give this a try, a big try, but you'll admit it's going to be kind of hard to see where to begin.
I'll leave the entire hunt up to you, Leo. You'll be master of your own destiny. And incidentally, that destiny will include a very fat contract for this young man, with you as his representative.
How much do you start him off with?
Leo, I'm surprised at you. My chagrin is boundless. How can you talk of money at a time like this?
Well, if he's going to be my client...
First, we must find him, and then we can proceed to the more sordid details.
Can I take the picture with me?
Yes, but guard it well, my boy, guard it well. Good luck to you, Leo. I give you my blessing on Operation Chase.
Well, doll, saying no to H.R. Harrison would have been like filing a petition of bankruptcy. So there was nothing I could do but follow orders. All I had was a snapshot. A rotten one at that. I didn't know how to start or where. The guy might not even be in L.A. anymore for all I knew. As long as HRH made me keep it so secret, I couldn't even blow up the picture and put an ad in the papers. What I figured I needed was a detective, a private eye. So I looked up one near Vine and Sunset, dropped into his office.
Yeah?
Where's Mervyn Ogilvy?
You're looking at him now.
Ah, my name is Busby. Got a case for you.
Divorce evidence?
No, nothing like that.
Lose a relative?
Not exactly, but I am trying to locate somebody.
Who?
I don't know.
What?
Well, I don't know his name, but I got a photograph. Here.
How many people are you searching for? There's a mob in this picture.
Well, just one. You look at the picture through this magnifying glass here. You see that tall, handsome guy there in the middle?
Yeah.
Well, that's him.
Where was this picture taken?
At a parade in downtown L.A. last week. Can you find him for me?
What do you think I am, a magician? I gotta have some leads to go by.
I don't have any leads. You're a detective, aren't you? Go ahead and detect.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, what's your fee?
$50 a day in expenses.
That's kind of high.
If you're looking for charity, try somewhere else.
All right. It's a deal. When'll I hear from you?
As soon as I got news.
When'll that be?
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe never. When you're chasing a shadow, you never know.
Well, there's only one hitch.
Yeah, what?
This has got to be kept a secret. No publicity, you understand? That's important.
You got any other ways of making it harder for me?
Here's my card. I'll be waiting for your call. Well, Doll, 5 days went by, and I didn't hear a word from Merv. By this time, HRH is getting jumpy, and I'm keeping busy trying to calm him down.
What do you mean you've got no news?
Well, a thing like this takes time, HRH.
Well, I'm getting impatient.
Yeah, I know.
And I want results.
Well, I'll find him, HRH. I'll find him if I have to crawl all over L.A. on my hands and knees. Just go along with me for a while.
See that you get in touch with me immediately when you do. Carry on, Busby, with Operation Chase.
Oh. Mona.
Good morning, Leo, darling.
Now, Mona, I'm busy now.
Oh, not too busy to talk to me.
Listen, I got big things in the fire. Come in some other time like a good doll, huh?
So you got big things on the fire, have you? What big things, Leo? A handsome, blonde young giant, for instance, who was photographed at a parade?
How'd you know about him?
I know a lot more than you think I do. Sweetness.
Keep it quiet, will you, Mona? At least he's found.
He has been found.
What?
I repeat, you nauseating little man. He has been found.
You're kidding.
Remember Mervyn Ogleby, the private detective you went to?
You know about him, too.
Mervyn got me the evidence for my last 3 divorces. And he's crazy about me. He found your man. But he's not turning him over to you without my permission.
I don't believe it. Get me Mervyn Ogleby's office, quick.
You can save yourself a dime on that phone call, my precious little drip. I'm giving you facts. I've got the boy HRH is panting to put under contract, and I am not producing the gent until I get what I want.
Hello?
Mervyn Ogleby Associates. Ogleby speaking.
Oh, this is Leo Busby.
Greetings.
Did you find my man?
Natch, I always break my cases, Mr. Busby.
Oh, why didn't you call me?
Sorry. No could do.
Where is he?
The fellow you're looking for? Oh, he's in a good place.
Oh, bring him over to my office.
I can't, Mr. Busby.
Why not?
Didn't you talk to Mona Carr yet?
What's she got to do with it?
I promised her I wouldn't turn him over without her okay.
Hey, who you working for, Mona Carr or me? Who's paying you anyway?
I'll give you my fee back if you want it. But no boy until Mona says so.
This is blackmail, Ogleby.
With me, it's love.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
I told you not to waste your time, shrimp.
All right, Mona. What do you want?
The handsome? What do you think?
I warn you, Mona, you can ruin yourself in the business if you try to hijack HRA.
And I can make a deal with another studio by turning Handsome over. He's quite a looker from what I've heard.
All right, Mona, you win. What's the proposition?
Suppose we go over to HRH's office, so I won't have to repeat myself. Give him a ring, Peanut, and tell him we're on our way.
Well, doll, 20 minutes later, Mona was putting the burning cigarette butts to HRH's bare feet. When it came to turning on the heat, the dame was an old pro. And no matter how HRH squirmed, he couldn't get out of her stranglehold.
This is outrageous.
Well, now, take it easy, HRH. Remember, your liver...
Never mind my liver. This woman is trying to blackmail me.
Don't be silly, Mr. Harrison. I'm giving you something for nothing. Not only do you get the woman's home companion under contract, but you also get me. And you know what my name will mean at the box office.
I certainly do.
Well, take it or leave it. Star billing in your new opus, or no Handsome Harry for Supreme Pictures.
All right. You can have your contract. But on one condition.
What's that?
We get this boy signed up first.
And what's going to prevent you from handing me the well-known double cross?
Henry Harrison's word is as good as his bond.
Well, I'd still like to see it on paper.
Oh, Mona, you can trust HRH. I'm a witness to the deal. You're safe enough.
Well, all right. But if anything goes wrong, you little weasel, I will have your head on a platter with an apple in your mouth.
Where is he?
Your new find? Mervyn's got him in a small hotel downtown.
Is he as handsome as he looks?
Even handsomer. Mervyn doesn't know much about pictures, but when I asked him a few questions, he said this guy he located couldn't walk down the street without having strange women try to tear chunks out of his hair.
Just as I thought. The attraction of the century. The ladies will be fighting like cats to get into the theaters just to look at him. Leo, go down to this Mervyn Ogleby's office and arrange to pick the boy up immediately.
Right, HRH.
Wait. We still have to maintain secrecy. Operation Chase isn't finished until I have his name on a contract. Maybe you'd better get a police escort.
Oh, you think that's necessary?
Who knows? If one of the other studio heads lays eyes on him, they might kidnap him.
Yeah, they might.
Wait, I've got a great idea.
Yes, HRH?
We'll bring him over in an ambulance.
An ambulance?
I'll hire a private one. Then no one will even suspect
Oh,
anything.
but HRH...
You got your orders, Busby? Carry them out.
Our next stop was Mervyn Ogilvy's office. From there, we drove to a third-rate hotel near Olivera Street. Mervyn led us up a flight of dingy stairs to a room on the second floor rear, where my new $1 million client was waiting. Well, how did you locate him so fast, Mr. Oglesby?
Trade secret. But I'll give you a hint. If you look real close at that photograph you gave me, you'd have seen that the boy you were after was leaning on some kind of a sign. I had the photo blown up to 20 times its size, and I saw it was a sandwich sign.
A sandwich sign?
Sure. With an ad on it. He was carrying it around for a couple of bucks a day, and he just took it off for a minute to relax and watch the parade. I checked with the firm who had the ad on the sign, and they told me where he was living.
Can you imagine? Carrying a sandwich sign around for cakes and coffee and not knowing he's slated to be the biggest box office draw since bingo. Oh, it's a small world, hmm? Did you talk to him, Mr. Ogilvy?
No.
You didn't?
I checked with the room clerk downstairs and told him let me know if the kid made a move to leave the joint. I also waited in the lobby for a couple of hours to get a look at him, make sure he was the right cook.
And you saw him?
Natch. Here's his room.
No answer.
He must be, and the clerk downstairs said he saw him come in half an hour ago. Try it again.
Maybe the door's open.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, look.
Room's empty.
The bureau drawers are open. He must have packed and left.
And he's a deadbeat. The clerk doesn't know he's gone. I'll call down to check.
Oh, wouldn't that kill you? Now we have to look for him all over again.
Ogilvy's a fat head. He should have grabbed him and held on to him as soon as he was found.
Hey, what's all this green stuff on the floor?
Green stuff?
Yeah, looks like soup greens. No, they're carrot tops.
You mean he's been eating carrot tops in here?
Oh, the poor kid. He's probably starving and down to his last dime.
He skipped all right. Clerk downstairs nearly had a fit. Must have got out by the way of the fire escape over there.
What do we do now, Sherlock Holmes?
We'll have to advertise, that's all.
I told you we got to keep this under wraps.
Then you'll never find him again. Now, listen, we can put a subtle ad in all the newspapers. He likes to be a sandwich man, doesn't he? Okay, we'll advertise for sandwich man. Give his description. We'll get results, I tell you.
I'll have to get HRH's permission first.
Then you better go over and talk to him now.
And don't forget to remind him that our bargain still stands. Mervyn's still working on the case, and I want my contract if he's found.
Say, we don't even know what his name is.
I asked the clerk yesterday. It's Jackdaw. Luke Jackdaw.
Jackdaw?
Don't ask me why. I'm not his godfather.
Okay. I'll go over and spill the bad news to HRH. And if he doesn't murder me outright, I'll call your office in an hour.
I can't believe it. I, who have lived such a decent, upstanding, honest life. I should be persecuted in this fashion.
Oh, nobody's persecuting you, HRH.
No? Then what do you call it? I give you a simple assignment, and you louse it up at the last minute.
If you'd only let us advertise.
Advertise? Why not? What difference does it make now?
You mean we can put an ad in the papers for it?
An hour ago, I discovered that the news had leaked out. Every studio in Hollywood's got spies out looking for him now. Spies, do you hear?
How'd they find out about him?
How? Because they have brains working for them, not imbeciles, that's how. When I heard they knew, I didn't care. I thought you had him safely under wraps by then. Now you come and tell me he escaped.
Well, it's every studio for itself, HRH, so we may as well use everything we got. We'll find him, I promise you.
You'd better. Because if you don't, Busby, you've collected your last 10%.
Well, we really poured it on, doll. Personals in all the papers, radio announcements. We even stuck his picture up in the post office and offered a reward. But nothing happened. He disappeared into thin air, like they say. We never got a nibble. To make things worse, by this time all the other studios were spreading the net, too. It began to look as though even if he was found, we might not get him. But there was one thing I still couldn't figure. I had a hunch it might be an important clue. Those carrot tops in his hotel room. Carrot tops all over the floor.
You want to drive through Beverly Hills again? Now we can cover downtown L.A. once more.
We'll never find him on the street, Mr. Oglesby.
You can't tell. I'll turn left here.
Carrot tops.
What tops?
Carrot tops. What would a guy be doing eating all those carrots?
Maybe he was hungry.
What is he, a rabbit? When a man's hungry, he buys a sandwich.
Carrots are cheaper than a sandwich.
That can't be the only reason.
All right. Maybe he likes carrots.
Oh, sure he likes carrots. Everybody likes carrots, but that don't mean they eat them by the bushel. Wait, Hey, Mr. Ogilvy. Stop the car, quick!
What's the matter?
That's him! Standing over there by that bus stop. Look! He's getting into the bus.
We'll head it off 2 blocks up.
Faster!
Traffic's getting heavy. We're almost bottled up.
So is the bus. Come on, we'll park here and make a run for it. We can catch it before the light changes.
Okay.
Come on, Mr. Ogilvy. Wait! Hey, you bus! Wait for us!
We can just make it.
Open up! Open up! Here, I got the fare. See if you can see.
He must be on the other side of the crowd. On the front end.
Come on. Push through. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, lady. Oh, will you pardon me, please? Sorry.
Beg pardon. Lady, excuse me.
There he is. Up front.
He's getting off.
Hey, wait! Keep those doors open! No, we want to get out! Leave us out!
Hey, we're getting off here! This is an emergency! I'm a private cop! Open that door!
Quick, Mr. Ogilvy.
What happened to him?
He got off in the middle of the block. He's gone again.
He can't be far away.
He must have gone into one of those houses. Come on. We're gonna case them all. Well, Dow, for an hour we went through every house on the block. Most of them were furnished room joints, the kind of places a carrot eater might hide out in. Well, we didn't have no luck until we hit the next to last place on the street. Small stone dump with a rooms to let sign in the window.
Yeah?
Oh, you the landlady?
Who wants to know?
We're looking for someone.
Yeah? Who?
A fellow named Jackdaw, Mother.
There's no one here by that name, and I ain't your mother.
Well, I guess this one isn't it either. Hey, Mr. Ogilvy, look.
Huh?
Inside near the door, a carrot top.
He must be here.
Oh, I told that young squirt not to bring his vegetables in.
What's his name?
What's whose name?
The guy who likes the vegetables.
He calls himself Lucas.
What's he look like?
Well, he's rather good looking, I'd say.
A big blonde Apollo.
A big blonde what?
Well, a very handsome character.
He's blonde, all right.
Where is he?
He's out now.
Oh, he can't be.
He might have walked back out while we were inside one of the other houses, Mr. Busby.
Say, who are you fellas anyway? What do you want with Lucas?
It's very important that we locate him.
I'm a private detective, see?
A detective? You mean he's done something?
Oh, no, he didn't do anything. This is strictly business. I'm a movie agent, see? We want him for pictures.
A movie agent? Well, I always wondered how a body got herself a screen test.
You want a screen test?
How do you think I'd make out, huh?
Well, look, you help us get Lucas, and you're in. Where'd he go?
Oh, he just went out to mosey around for a while, but he'll be back.
How soon?
Can't say.
Well, can one of us stay in his room till he returns?
Well, that's kind of regular, but seeing it's you.
Well, you wait here, Marvin. When you grab him, don't let him go. I'll go back and tell HRH the good news. As soon as Lucas or Jackdaw, whatever he calls himself, gets back, escort him to HRH's office in style. Well, Doll, he was our boy, all right. I found out later his real name was Lucas Jackdaw. The landlady got a little mixed up. Why don't you see him in pictures? To answer that question, I got to tell you what happened in HRH's office about an hour after I left Mervyn Ogilvy.
You did a great job, Leo, a great job. You'll always have the undying admiration of Supreme Pictures for your work today.
What about me?
Oh, you.
Yes, me. My contract still stands, doesn't it?
It stands all right. Just as soon as I make sure some other studio hasn't already got Jackdaw signed up.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that, HRH. Ogilvy will be here any minute now. I'm sure this guy hadn't spoken to anybody else.
Maybe that's Ogilvy. Come in, come in.
Well, he's here.
Fine. Bring him in.
Inside, Lucas.
What's that he's eating?
Carrots.
Carrots? Mr. Jackdaw, let me congratulate you. We're going to give you a screen contract.
What's a screen contract?
I beg your pardon?
You fellas must be pulling my leg. What's all the fuss about?
Oh, no, that voice. No, not a voice like that. With such a face.
He's a hillbilly.
Oh.
HRH.
He's fainted.
Well, Doll, that's how it goes. With a voice like that, we should have found Lucas Jackdaw before they invented sound. Because it was a cinch we couldn't use him now. Mona didn't get a contract. I didn't get my client. And Lucas went back to the hills to eat more carrots. It just goes to show you... excuse me. Leo Busby and Company.
Busby, HRH here. Are you alone?
Yes, HRH.
Make sure, because this is top secret. Super top secret. Come over to my office right away. My wife, who happens to be the smartest woman in Hollywood, was walking through the 5 and 10 the other day when she discovered a real find. Keep this under your hat, Busby. We'll call it Operation.
In the animal world, there is the hunter and the hunted, hound and fox, hawk and sparrow, chicken and worm. But who is to judge precisely which is the pursuer or the pursued as we enter the chase? The Chase was created for the National Broadcasting Company by Lawrence Clee. Heard in the cast were Kermit Murdoch, Leslie Woods, Ed Jerome, Abby Lewis, and Ralph Bell. The Chase is directed and transcribed by Fred Way. Fred Collins speaking.
And for our final captivating performance, we venture into the desolate American West with the unexpected in Fool's Silver. An old prospector claims a massive silver strike. But is it a life-changing discovery or a cleverly spun desert mirage?
From Hollywood, Barry Sullivan in The Unexpected.
The Unexpected.
The Unexpected. Life is filled with the unexpected, romantic, tragic, and mysterious endings to our most ordinary actions. Dreams come true, or dreams are shattered by sudden twists of fate in The Unexpected. And now, Barry Sullivan, famous motion picture and stage star in Fool's Silver, a drama of the unexpected.
I shaded my eyes from the sun and looked hard to make sure it wasn't a mirage. Little spirals of dust obscured my view, and the streets glistened in the bright sunlight, and the metropolis of Peerless, Nevada was real enough. Yet there was something wrong with what I saw. I felt it, I knew it, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And then it hit me. There wasn't anyone in sight. Not a soul on the streets or in the houses. The whole town was deserted and dead. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Anybody around here? Hello?
Hello?
Only echoes answered me, rising and falling through the chinks in the ramshackle buildings like the wail of a lonesome coyote. My flesh began to crawl. This was a ghost town. Then I shrugged. I didn't have time to stand around seeing spirits. I had a heavy date with a roulette wheel in Vegas, and she was a jealous mistress. I picked up a water pail and lugged it toward the deserted saloon. I figured there might be enough watered whiskey left to keep my radiator perking for at least a few more miles. I took a couple of steps inside and stopped as if I'd been hit by a slug from a .45. Sitting at the long, splintered bar was the village ghost. And quite a vision she was, too, all decked out for haunting. Black high-heeled shoes, black stockings, black shorts and halter, and a mass of black hair. But her skin was creamy, and so was her voice.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, very good.
Looking for something?
Not now.
Then you won't mind leaving, the same way you came.
Oh, I'd mind very much. I like the idea of this town, and I'd like to be haunted.
I said get out, mister.
I didn't hear you. Phantoms can't talk.
Suppose we pretend that I'm real.
Oh, no, I'm too young to have my illusions destroyed.
But I am real. If you pinch me, I scream.
Yeah?
And if I say get out, I mean it.
What's the hurry?
We don't like strangers.
We?
I mean the town doesn't like them. It resents the present. It prefers the past. You're too contemporary.
Well, maybe you know what you're talking about.
Oh, I do. Ghosts are very particular. They won't associate with just anyone.
And you?
I feel exactly the same way.
But...
Get out of here before something happens. The town and I might hasten your departure.
You're doing your best.
We have your interests at heart.
I should say there was something very odd going on around here.
I should say that you shouldn't get involved in it.
You could be right.
I am. Very right. So, it was nice to have met you. Sorry you can't stay, and good afternoon.
She waved a shiny little revolver in my direction, so I made a deep curtsy, backed out the swinging door, and headed up the trail, the empty water bucket banging against my knees. I'd gone about 100 yards past the town limits when I met the other ghost of Peerless, Nevada. He shot a parchment-skinned, white-headed face out from behind a mesquite bush and flagged me to a stop with a heavy gray beard.
Where are you heading, mister?
Why, nowhere in particular.
Oh, that's good. Wouldn't like to think you was looking for me.
Oh, no. I often wander through abandoned towns in search of buried treasure.
Oh, so you did come to spy on me, huh? Come to learn my secret. Well, young fella, it won't work, 'cause I'm too smart for you.
Indeed?
Yeah, it's just like 'em. Soon as I made a strike, they're all ready to cash in on my claim. They laughed at me for 20 years. They wouldn't give me a nickel's worth of help. Now the vultures come swooping down.
As I stood there, the old boy suddenly motioned to me to wait and dropped from sight behind the bush like a gopher ducking a lawnmower. I didn't know what was going on in Peerless, but from the fear in the old codger's eyes, it must be mighty important to somebody. And then I got it. Silver. These mountains were full of it. Maybe Grandpa had found something. That was why the delicately garbed young lady in the saloon had been so anxious for me to leave. Yeah, but I had a notion I might enjoy sticking around, for more reasons than one.
Now then, young fella, you think you found me out, but you ain't. You don't know where the stuff is.
No, I don't.
And they won't believe I've struck it.
Won't they?
No, sir. They'll insist on proof, and you ain't got it. Unless
what?
Unless I give you this. Then they'll know it's true.
Oh, well, what is it?
Use your eyes, young fellow. What does that look like?
Well, it looks like silver.
That's just what it is. That's silver. It's mighty close to the pure stuff, too. What do you think of that?
My acquaintance with silver was limited to tea sets, dimes, baby spoons, and wedding presents. But the gray, shapeless lump which the old miner handed me looked like the real thing. So I dropped the sneer off my lips and asked a couple of questions. You say you found a whole lot of this?
Listen, young fella, I've been prospecting for over 60 years, and I ain't never seen a strike quite so rich.
Really?
But the only thing is, you see, I can't get much of it out by myself. Ain't got no money to buy this newfangled equipment. Now, if I was to take on a partner...
Well, how much do you need?
Oh, I need $200-300. Now, if you was willing to switch over and work with me instead of agin me...
Why not?
Why, sure, you wasn't never cut out to be a spy anyway. You look too honest.
My face is my fortune.
Yes, sir. Now, here, you can help me in the mine, and we'll split 50-50.
That's a deal.
Yes, sir, young fellow. Old Hiram will make you a rich man. Well, come on. Don't just stand there. We got work to do.
As I followed Hiram through the hollow caves of the old mine, I did some fast mental gymnastics. I'd work with him like he said. Only when the time came to sell the ore, I'd just collect the fee for myself. Then I'd stake out a legal claim to the old Peerless setup in my own name. Hiram could take his mule and go prospecting somewhere else. And I'd make a quick change from gentleman gambler to millionaire. I spent the whole next week underground, except for a short trip to Virginia City for new equipment. By day, I hacked at the rock wall till my hands were covered with calluses. By night, I loaded ore into the old mine cars to bring them to the surface. And day and night, I listened to Hiram jabber about that time when Peerless was a boomtown. Finally, I couldn't stand it any longer. I scrambled up to the surface and walked right into the unwilling arms of the lady in black, only this time she was all in white.
Where's Hiram?
Well, how would I know?
Look, mister, I'm tired of playing hide and seek. I'll take care of him.
Yeah, I'll bet you could.
He's an old man. He's harmless. He's lived here all his life. And neither you nor anybody else is going to bother him. I mean it.
Oh, now, look, lady,
Grandfather's a little strange. He thinks he's found silver in this old mine, so he prospects around and digs a little. He's not hurting anybody. I come out every week and see that he's all right. Now, you just run back home and peddle your papers. I'll take care of Hiram.
Say, are you trying to tell me that the old guy is...
I told you, he's just a little odd.
Yeah, but the silver...
He didn't talk you into believing that, did he?
Oh, no. No, of course not. Only the stuff he digs up. What is it?
Lead ore. You know, they call it fool silver. Very low grade, practically worthless.
Lead ore.
Sure. Well, you can tell at a glance. But I let Hiram think it's silver. Keeps him happier that way. Of course, nobody would ever be foolish enough to believe that he really had made a strike. Now, would they?
No. Nobody could be that foolish. Nobody in the whole wide world.
You think the story is over, don't you? But wait. Fate takes a hand. Wait for the unexpected.
Well, I'd played a long shot and lost. It had happened before, but I didn't like the way Hiram's granddaughter smirked at me as she drew the picture. So I bade her a sad farewell, jumped in my car, and sped into the setting sun. It took me several weeks to recover my self-respect and a few legitimate games of blackjack to restore my depleted finances. And then, except for the disappearing calluses on my hands, I was able to forget all about the adventure of the Peerless silver mine. But that was before I walked into Vegas' biggest hotel and saw Hiram sitting in the lobby. His hair was cut, his beard was trimmed, and a new diamond stick pin glistened in his tie.
Well, hello there, young fella. It's mighty nice to see you again.
Hiram, I thought... Your granddaughter said that...
You thought I was crazy. Well, son, they all did, but I showed them. They're singing a different tune.
You mean the Peerless did have silver, that it wasn't lead?
No, it was lead, all right. It was lead. But something else was in it, too, something awful valuable. Oh, it's too bad you didn't stick it out. We'd have been partners. Government gave me an awful lot of money for that mine. You know, they said that lead was full of
You don't mean uranium, do you?
Yeah, that's it. Uranium.
Uranium.
Fool Silver starred Barry Sullivan. Listen soon for another of your favorite motion picture stars in a drama of the unexpected.
From desperate quests for gold to the surprising twists of Hollywood and the hidden secrets of the Old West, this episode of Classic Radio Drama Theater has certainly taken us on a wild ride. We hope these 4 tales of ambition, mystery, and illusion have kept you on the edge of your seat. Which story's ending surprised you the most? Share your theories and favorites in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're always first in line for our next collection of classic radio dramas. Until next time, remember, the most captivating stories are always worth another listen.